Hi, everyone. I'm Deborah Gardner. Welcome to another episode of Hospitality Today Live. And this is the show that actually has amazing guests that really talk about their real life topics through their own perspective, opinions, stories, and lessons. And I am so excited about today's show because I have the president of AIM Meetings and Events. And I'm talking about somebody that really wants to help the meetings and events get back to business, Walter Galanty. And he wants to get business back because it's very important. How is he going to do that? Well, it's through testing, vaccines, and education. We're going to find out from him, how does it work? What are the costs and what supplies are needed on site that every venue and decision maker needs to know, and so much more. So don't go away. We'll be right back. Which has to do with Walter. Hi, Walter.
Hi, how are you, Deborah? It is an honor and a thrill to be here.
Well, I am so excited for you to be here. Not only did you sponsor today's episode, but you also sponsored recently GMID Day right here on Hospitality Today Live. And we are so grateful for your support for the industry, especially because of what's been going on. This has been crazy, hasn't it?
Oh, it's nuts. Anybody that thinks it's normal or when we will get back to normal has a better crystal. I think they have a magic 8-ball. That's really what it is. They have a magic 8-ball rather than a crystal ball. Yeah,
isn't that the truth? Well, I love the fact that you and I met recently through all this, and I was so impressed. So completely impressed with the no-cost COVID testing program. And so getting to know you and your company more, you run a worldwide meeting and event company. Can you tell us about that? How did you get in the business to where you are today?
Well, yeah, thanks. First off, Hospitality Today Live is one of the most impressive shows on the air today. We were honored to be invited to be a sponsor of GMID, and the folks that you had there, from IMAX to PCMA to all the other speakers, just blew me away. And for us to be involved in some small way to help the organization and to help get the word out about what was going on is an honor for us. But our company was founded in 1991. I got into the business before that as an association exec. I served as the president and CEO of an international trade association before I started the meetings and events company in 1991. We have an office in Old Town, Alexandria, Virginia, one in Los Angeles, and a part-time office in Phoenix, Arizona, where I spend about half of my time. We have clients, association clients, corporate clients, celebrities, trade associations, nonprofits, and doing 75 to 80 events live before COVID throughout the world, really. When COVID hit, like a lot of us, we sort of wrung our hands and canceled events, moved events, scheduled events for later this year. But what we really found is through a mutual friend of mine, I got introduced to Inspire Diagnostics, who ended up they were doing COVID testing, rapid testing in the educational area. And they were doing it for teachers and for students who needed to be tested every day or every week. Certainly at the athletic level, they were testing them every day. And they initially talked to us about the hospitality business, and we really felt like it was a natural for these tests to be moved from rapid tests from the educational area, from the teachers, from the students, to meetings and events. What better way for attendees to feel comfortable about getting back to meetings and events than through a testing program? And so we really developed with them a web link, really initially for our clients to be able to use for their attendees, to be able to send out and have them fill out the form and get a no-cost test. Now, no cost really means that insurance will pay for the test, or the CARES Act will pay for the test if they don't have insurance. They return it in a couple of days and they get their test results.
That was actually one of my next questions pertaining to the no-cost COVID test, because a lot of people would be, skeptical to how that works, but that makes a lot of sense, especially, with the vaccine situation going on too. So it sounds like it's kind of the same process where the insurance company takes care of it.
Yeah. The CARES Act allows people to get literally unlimited. Right now, it's unlimited COVID test. The vaccine, either the government pays for it or your insurance company pays for it. So it's a drop-down menu. You put your insurance information there privately. If you don't have insurance information, all you do is you have to send proof of ID, just so to eliminate insurance fraud, and everybody hopefully understands some sort of ID. And then you receive this test kit in 2 days. Inside, there's a very simple self-addressed UPS envelope. You take the test, you send it back. You get your results privately in 24 hours of them receiving it to your email, so that it's all private, conforms to HIPAA regulations, and you're able, on your cell phone, you receive a certificate that you're then able to present to the meeting and event to make sure that you're covered.
Okay, so this is not something that you do on site. This is something that you do prior to coming on site, and then all you have to do is present, like you said, through your cell phone, the verification that you've had the test.
Right. But then we are recommending for meeting planners something that's not covered by insurance, and that's the rapid test. This is a test that you would take on site just in case your test results didn't come back, they were inconclusive. You may not want to take the test, but still want to go to the meeting. This is very similar to a pregnancy test. It is, for lack of a better term, a spit test. You spit into a container, you put the droplet on here, you wait 10 minutes. There's a line that comes or a line that doesn't come, and that's your negative result that you then present to the folks to allow you in. It's very simple.
Yeah, it's not only simple, it's effective, and it's very much needed. I can't even imagine any meeting or event not having this available to them on site, because I just think this is so brilliant. And I'm very, very impressed because not a lot of times meeting and event companies have the time to really investigate something like this, and you did. You had this conquered and bit in the butt because it really needed to be done. And so I congratulate you. I'm just extremely impressed with this process. But again, I think everybody needs to get this test to their attendees. And I believe that's what's really going to help us get back to business, which is your ultimate goal is to do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we're, you know, we all know that right now, for example, California has given their date as to when they're going to open. Las Vegas has given their date. Nevada has. Florida has already opened. Texas has. And we know that just because you're open doesn't mean that your attendees will want to come. All we're doing, we felt the need because of our clientele to provide an option for meeting planners to have their attendees feel safe. And that's it. If you decide that you don't want to participate, the web link is available at no charge. There is no cost for your attendees to use the web link. All you do is you take our little web link and you post it. People, hundreds of organizations have already posted it on their meeting site to have it that way. All of us meeting planners want something that's turnkey. We don't want another item, especially after COVID, that we have. Well, I got to worry about this. I got to do this. This is all turnkey.
Yeah, that is really good to hear, and especially after, the United States, the entire United States hospitality industry lost $110 billion last year, and we're already at $25 billion to date. We cannot, last any longer. We really need to get back to business, and I believe the confidence of having people getting back to meetings will only rely on something like this. And you made a very good point, Walter. The fact that we do hear that, states are opening, cities are opening, but until everybody gets that confidence level, nobody's really going to get back to business. So that confidence level with your no-cost COVID testing program is just going to be helping so much, and so many people, and so many of the decision makers, everybody getting back to business. And that's what we need to really focus on.
Yeah, no, it's anything that we can do to help that is that's what makes me very excited about sharing the information, because this is really a commercial about getting us back to work.
Right.
And we can't do that. You know what? All of the hybrid events, and we do those, all of the remote events and the virtual events have really been placeholders. What we found through this pandemic, and I think all of us realize that humans are meeting live animals. We need to see each other. We need to hug each other. We need to do all of that in a safe environment. The vaccine has helped an awful lot, but the testing, along with the vaccine, along with the cleaning that the hotels have done, and along with the protocol that every meeting has put in place, they're all building blocks to get us to where we want to be.
Sure. That makes a lot of sense. So let's say the attendees, by the way, people can get this from the link that is in the comments section right now, the chat box. All they have to do is click on that link to find out more information. But without looking at that in the instructions at the moment, when people get that box and they do the testing, what are some of the supplies that decision makers or venues need on site once they, receive this information from an attendee that, hey, they're good to go or they're not good to go? What are some of the supplies that they need on site?
Well, the only thing that we would recommend And right now, the FDA is constantly changing their thought process. This box here in the test, that the at-home test, this is CLIA certified. So when you get your results, it's FDA approved. We recommend that the on-site test, and the on-site test 2 months ago, this was $50, $50 a unit. And you needed to have a CLIA certified medical professional to administer this test. Right now, through Inspire, these tests are $22 a unit. And we would recommend that you order about 10% of your attendance for these on site. And then you'll have those to give rapid tests on site, or really it's a self-administered test. And we expect the FDA within 30 days to approve the fact that this will be CLIA certified, so that the results will go directly to your email address, or to the attendee's email address. Because again, the privacy laws and the HIPAA regulations will say that. So that's all we recommend. And then you can hire a CLIA certified medical professional to administer the test, or a company like ours, or any company can recommend a medical professional that will come. You give them a room where people are socially distanced. They take the test, they turn it in, they sit there for 10 minutes, which is less time than you sat after your second vaccine. And then the results are given and then sent to your email address. It's really as simple as that. And again, we tried to design the program so that it would be turnkey for all of the meeting planners.
How simple can it get? That is awesome to hear. And so how long do you think that this kit will be utilized? Do you think this is something that will always be the case from here on out? Or do you think we're just going through this during this pandemic time period right now?
Well, the short answer is I think that both of these items are probably going to be needed through the end of the year. It really depends on the whole herd immunity and whether or not everybody takes the vaccine. I think, this is my own opinion, I think that since we've all been quarantined, the folks who are non-vacciners and non-testers have been able to stay in the background. But now that meetings and events are opening up, and if the meeting is insisting that there is some sort of negative test to be given, I think at least through the end of the year, it will happen. What happens next year? I don't really know. None of us know. Are we going to need a booster? Are we going to need another vaccine? Are we going to still have testing? I don't know.
Right. And will there be another crisis? That we can guarantee, yes. So it's not something that I don't believe this kit that you have developed will go away. It's just a matter of when we'll be able to utilize it again, because there will always be some other type of crisis that will hit. It's always a given in that case, and maybe by then your kit will be even more upgraded, but I don't think it'll ever go away. I just think it's mostly needed right now to get us back to business, which again is your goal and your mission. And I don't see why any decision maker again or venue would pass up looking at this and making sure that they apply it to their events and meetings. So what are some of the ways other than your website that people can get a hold of this kit? Because I think I just believe everybody needs to know about it. Is the website the only place that they can receive it?
No. The web link. Honestly, everyone that produces the PCR test, and that's really what this is. Everyone that produces a PCR test, and we don't have any lock on any of that. We just felt like we were the only company within the hospitality industry that sort of put the whole web link together and made it very easy for meeting planners. But you can go to any of the locations and order a PCR test and have it sent to you. All the different ones in terms of the nasal tests. These are all certainly nasal tests. Can be made and can be done. You can contact us. You can go on the IAEE national website and find us there under their COVID response area. PCMA has already has also listed us under their resource area under the COVID area there. So you can look us up on LinkedIn or on Facebook.
Okay.
And try to find us. You can send me an email. You can call my cell phone. You can talk to any of our clients, and they can get a hold of us, and we can send you the supply. So the rolling website that you list down there will get you the link. There's nothing special after that other than ordering the on-site meeting test. And even if you don't have a meeting, if you want to give an extra service to your clients, which we've also found that associations have done, hey, here's a way for you to get a no-cost COVID test if you're interested in it. We don't have our meeting till next March. None of us know, frankly, Deborah, as you know, what is the meeting business going to look like for meetings next year?
Right.
Who knows?
Right.
I'm really looking forward to a meeting like IMEX to be able to see how they manage multiple thousands of people coming in.
Right.
World of Concrete is going to Vegas, I think, in the next month or so. It'll be interesting to see how they handle that. North Star used for some of their client customer invited events at the IPEC, the Independent Planners Educational Conference. They combination of the testing as well as the contact tracing to be able to make sure everybody is safe. And that's another way that through the contact tracing to be able to make sure people are safe within a bubble. But we don't live within a bubble, so it makes it a little tougher.
Well, I think too, I think if an organization, company, or decision maker goes through this process, really will tell their attendees, their participants, that they really care. And it is, to me, it's like the very first step to say, hey, we are going to have a safe meeting and event. Here's the first step. Take this test. Simple as that. I think that's the approach that they need to take.
Oh, absolutely. You are spot on, Deborah, and you're always spot on your information. But that's the point. I mean, we're all servants of the attendees. As we all know, meetings are the number one deliverable of continuing education in this country. And there has been a lack of education at the adult level because we haven't been able to have live meetings. And so this is, again, a tool to have us, whether it's there's a hybrid component to future of meetings, whether or not it's just going to be live, whether or not it's just going to be virtual. There's another tool in the tool belt for us meeting planners. No question about it.
Right. Well, is there any other one message before we close out that you would like to say? Because I know that I'm on my edge of the seat here with all this information. I'm sure other people are too, but we would love to know that, just that one other message or golden nugget or key point that you want to share.
Well, the only thing I can share is we literally, I am one brick in the wall of trying to help. So therefore, every tool, just remember the next me and I heard this from somebody else, so I'm not going to take completely credit. The next live meeting that we all do will be the first live meeting that we do after COVID. We don't know what we don't know.
Right.
So the more tools that we can use in order to make our attendees feel safe is what's going to make us successful and have our attendees feel good.
Totally agree with you, 120,000%. That makes a lot of sense. And you know, I just want to say again how impressed I am about this, because, and of all meeting and event professionals and companies to put together this no-cost COVID testing program, it doesn't surprise me that it would be you. I mean, just looking at your gambling machine behind you. From Vegas, I guess that's from Vegas, right? You're a gambling man, and you like to take risks, obviously, which I think that's very impressive to have that machine behind you. It just wouldn't surprise me that you'd be the one to put this together, which is very impressive. And I'm talking to all our viewers out there. By all means, you see the contact information for Walter down below. By all means, take advantage of this. Again, this is the first step to letting your attendees, your participants know that you care and that you want a very safe meeting and event. And what better way to do that? So congratulations, Walter. I'm very, again, I keep saying it, but I am so impressed with this program.
Well, with your help in getting the word out, that's, you know, the more people, every time I speak with somebody and you know, gotten referrals and people have looked at the material, they've said, this is really brilliant. And I said, don't give me credit. It really is part of something we're all trying to put together to make the attendees feel safe. And while I appreciate all of the accolades, the sooner we can get people to meeting live, the better I will feel about what small part I was able to contribute.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. And again, I want to put that information right here so everybody can see that this web link is the key to receiving the information. And I mean, how easy is this to go there to gather all the information that you need and get rolling, and to contact you for any additional questions. And Lisa Raymond, who is watching the show as well, is just saying, you know, this is such a great conversation, a very much needed conversation. This information is just, it's just a must. It is a must to getting us back to business. So thank you, Lisa, for that information as well. So I can't thank you enough, Walter. This was fabulous, and to definitely to know that you were involved again with GMID Day, which was a huge, I want to say first annual. I don't know if there's such a first annual, but Hospitality Today Live was very successful that day because of your sponsorship, and of course today too. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. You're the best too.
Oh,
by the
you
way.
as well. It takes two to tango, as they say.
Yeah, no, it's getting the word out on all the subjects that you have is really great, and the amount of reach that you have within the hospitality community makes it very easy and very comfortable for me, Deborah. So thank you.
Wonderful. Well, I'm one of your biggest fans, Walt. So don't go too far. I'll talk to you after the show. And other than that, we know everybody else will be in touch with you as well. So thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And I hope that you all really enjoyed today's quick conversation with Walt, because it definitely is, like I mentioned before, a must. anyone that is a meeting and event professional out there, or any company or organization that's going to have any upcoming meetings and events, you must contact Walt and get the no-cost COVID testing program in place as the very first step to letting your attendees, your participants know how serious you are in providing a safe meeting and event. So hopefully you know that this is one of the most important episodes that we've had in almost a year that we've been on the air. And if you've enjoyed this and you want to know or share the conversation with others, by all means, just go to our Hospitality Today Live Facebook page, LinkedIn, or YouTube. And of course, we want to thank Walt for sponsoring this episode from Ames Meetings and Events, the home of the no-cost COVID testing program. And so, any questions along with this, you can always contact us at hello@hospitalitytodaylive.com as well. So let's talk about next week. What's coming up? Well, we're going to talk about speakers. Yes, we are. And who better than to help us dissect this topic than the owner and CEO of Banther Consulting and the chairman for National Speakers Association, my good friend, Barry Banther. And I've asked Barry to come on the show because the need for speakers and the subject matter expert is greater than ever before. And after holding many elected positions, he's been an NSA member since 1998 and a very successful man. I know you will want to hear what Barry has to say. He's going to talk about, is 60-minute keynotes still popular or a thing of the past? Are standalone keynotes without pre-post speaking audience involvement even working? And what significant improvements that speakers can make right now to make sure they book more gigs? And that is going to be another very exciting episode, and hoping that you'll be able to definitely join us next Tuesday. I'm Deborah Gardner on behalf of the growing staff here at Hospitality Today Live. I want to thank you so much for joining us. And remember, if you're thinking about it, we're talking about it right here on HTL. Have a great week, everybody.